Hey folks, this is Anupam back again with some exciting stuff from Dataflow-Gen2 in Fabric. We're going to use Dataflow-Gen2 for something interesting today. We'll talk a bit about how we can get SAP data from a report onto a OneLake directly from Dataflow-Gen2. All right, so let's get going. This is the SAP report which we have been using, but you pretty much can be using any one of the SAP reports you are familiar with. So I personally like this one. Log on, which is my MB51 report in SAP. It's basically the materials document list and this shows all the material movements which have happened in SAP during the period. So this is material stock list. If you see, the report code is RM07 docs and T code is MB51. I'm going to use this with a variant USB4SAP1, and when I execute this, I get this output, right? So last time I had already posted, how you can get the same output on my Fabric Dataflow-Gen2. Basically, you just specify that object type is report, and object name is RM07 docs, and the report variant is USB4SAP1. So when I press this, it goes and runs this particular report on SAP and gets the data on my Fabric Dataflow-Gen2, right? So here's all the records along with the column names. We asked for both business and technical names, so that's what we got. Now let's try to see if we can push this data rather than to here to a OneLake folder. So what we are going to use is this Datalake. It is, created a folder on my name, and then there's a folder with RM07 docs where we expect to extract this, right? So let me walk you through what changes you will need to do. Leave everything alone. It's all we're going to change is the authentication type with Azure is SAS key, authentication code. Now this is something which will be your SAS key. So for SAS key, what we are going to do, I've copied the SAS key already. And there as the last parameter, you will see that I am also passing the path to this to the Azure folder, right? And then destination type, I'll change it to Azure. And destination name, this is something we will need to get from the basis team, but that's, we are pointing it to Azure Blob Data. That's all we need to do. And based on this, if you press OK, I think I missed one character in the end. So authentication code, manage parameters, authentication code. Yeah, that's what was bothering me. We need to have Spark as RM07 doc because that's what is the full name for the path. So if I press OK this time, now I should get on my SAP data an output file, and if I go to my folder, it has created a file which is this one, and there it is. It has got all the 36 records as well as the column header. This we generated using Dataflow-Gen2. So basically now the citizen users, what they can do is to request generation of their data and point it to be sent to OneLake data lake folder, which could be on their name, and then do their analytics and AI on top of it from the folder. So data lake in Azure that could be filled up using Fabric Dataflow-Gen2 using USB4SAP, and you can get any object from SAP extracted. I hope you find this useful.